The Houston Astros complete the season sweep against their old friend and now foe, Carlos Correa. Boom Boom Mancini goes off tonight. A sputtering Luis Garcia makes you wonder, are the Twins going to get this win? No, they didn't. Will Smith gave up a hit, and Jordan had a laser from left field. We're going to talk about this, the schedule that came out, and more on this edition of Locked On Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Talks Stros. Find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett, where can you find you at wearing your ring today?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on Twitter and Instagram and at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive. Bye, Carlos. Always Stros.
Yeah, he came in on the show today. He was like, yeah, I caught Mancini's home run. I'm like, you caught the ball? He was like, no, I caught the video on Twitter. And then he's like, yeah, I got the fan ring today. I'm like, you did? He's like, no, I just got one of the rings. So, yeah, you must have had a great time at this game. This was definitely one of those games that a lot of fans had a lot of good time at. And this whole series against the Twins, I guess the whole season series against the Twins was great. But guys, you know what? Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, it's where the game starts. And if the playoffs were to start today and somehow the Astros end up playing the Twins, I guess the betting odds would be that the Astros would probably win that series because the Astros have dominated Twins all season. It doesn't matter if Carlos Correa is on the team. I know Carlos Correa kind of turns it on in the playoffs, but still, the Astros just have something when it comes to the Twins, and I don't know what it is, but they just play good baseball against them. And this is another game. Luis Garcia pitched 6 innings, and he looked 5 innings. Here I go again, trying to give him extra inning, but 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He did allow 1 home run. So his ERA is 4.14. But for now, he will survive in the rotation as the Astros go down to a 5-man rotation. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah. But go ahead. What were the highlights of today's game besides Trey Mancini?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, look, dude, Vasquez getting in there, getting on base 3 of the 4 times. This guy, his first 3 at-bats, he's on base. He gets 2 RBIs. He contributes not just behind the plate, but on the field. And it's amazing what happens when Christian Vasquez gets on in front of Trey Mancini. Eric, I love this lineup. I love the order. I love what Dusty did. I love that Jeremy Pena late in the game contributed with the double, scoring Alex Bregman. Bregman's getting on base. You know, Altuve was 3 for 3 today with the walk. Gurriel had a multi-hit game. Bregman, Vasquez. Mancini added with the home run. And then Pena, 11 hits, Eric. They did score 6 runs, but they put that 4 spot on the Twins early. I love to see it because I've got to say, like Luis Garcia, I don't know if his release point was off tonight, but he was spiking breaking pitches a foot in front of the plate. Where I was sitting up in the third deck behind home plate, man, those baseballs weren't even close to crossing the plate. And the gentleman next to me said, do you think he's hurt? I was like, I don't know. So I went to Twitter to ask, because Twitter's got all these experts. But one guy said it's got to be his release point when you're spiking baseballs like that in the dirt. One got away from Vasquez that scored a run. And you just wondered, okay, is this going to be one of those games where the Astros are going to make mistakes and the Twins are going to creep back in? Because even though they beat them in all 3 games, the Twins have been a threat at some point in the game. And the other question was, Eric, is the bullpen going to hold up? And, they did. But, man, Altuve getting up there, trying to leg out doubles again. Altuve just needs to stay at first base. We need to talk to him about that. I love the tenacity. I love the aggression. I don't think he's as fast as he thinks he is anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he is getting older, but I don't know. it's hard to tell him to stop. He is the kind of, I know the Astros don't have a captain of the team, but if they had a captain, I would say Altuve would be the captain. But yeah, you have to say maybe stop or something. I don't know. I don't know what they can do, but that was kind of bad. And again, I think this is time in the series that it's happened. If not, it's just, in the past 6 games or so. But it's just frustrating.
Oh, it's happened too often,
Yeah,
Eric. And then Vasquez during the game tried to steal a base, got gunned down like very quickly. Um, you know, the
he
base
was called
running.
safe at first, but then on replay, it
Oh my
definitely
gosh!
showed he
But
was
the
out.
replay was his leg was real high up in the air. He started his slide a little too early. I mean, Vasquez is a catcher. He's not a guy stealing. I'm questioning why they stole in that area. And of course, we're nitpicking, right? It's a 6-3 win, but the base running mistakes can be an issue when you get to the playoffs, when it's a shorter
Right.
series, when you have fewer opportunities. So you just hope that when they get to that point that they don't make mistakes like that, because something like that could bite you in the butt. But I do love that Vasquez got in there and Mancini, and they were hitting back to back. I love that order. And Pena there, I just it was good to see, Eric. It was fun. We need to talk about Jake Myers. I'm really concerned about Jake Myers.
What, you don't think that a 212 batting average,
I no okay, hold on.
5.666 OPS is sexy?
No, forget his bat. I'm talking about in the field, Eric.
Okay.
2021 Myers would have made that catch in center field. 2021 Myers would have at least made that throw for that shallow ball in center field, would have made a much better throw. He's not, he's very, he doesn't look comfortable out there. He looks like he's holding something back. I mean, he's not going full steam. I've seen him go full steam, and I know what that looks like for him. He, he's, you can't convince me that he's healthy, Eric. You can't convince me that he's 100% healthy, or if he is, he's playing so conservatively, it's affecting every aspect of his game defensively. And you hate to see that because he is a good kid.
I mean, who else are you going to put out there? I mean, Chas McCormick's a little bit injured right now. He's got
Well,
the
right. Well, I don't know.
Devon.
Mauricio Dubon apparently is JV's personal center fielder. Why don't Dubon's got a better arm?
Yeah, that's true. But he's got the same batting average and OPS almost. He's got a few points higher in both categories, but yeah, he does have a better arm. So
Way better arm right now.
yeah,
I think anybody, Eric, has a better arm than Dubon. So because Dubon was in right field, Tucker is out with a foot injury.
yeah.
Do we know what that's about?
I believe it's something that he's been dealing with. I saw the note earlier, but it's something that was dealing with. Let me look here. But it's something that he's been dealing with while I'm looking at this. He missed 3 games at the end of May with a sore left foot. And so it's something that he's been dealing with. So Dusty Baker said, so he's considered day to day for right now. So it's nothing major, but it's just a little bit sore. And then Chas McCormick, he left the game yesterday. So he is still listed as day to day as well. He's probably not going to miss. He's not going to go on an IL or anything like that. But Ryan Presley did go on the 15-day IL, and unfortunately with neck spasms, and he is probably the Astros' best reliever out there, not named Ryan Stanek, but unfortunately he's gone. But everybody's been saying, we want Seth Martinez back. We want Seth Martinez back. Well, he's back, and you
He's
got your
back.
wish.
Now, one of the things I think we need to reiterate, because Mr. Wynn is asking us to explain why, because he thinks Luis Garcia should go back into the should go into the bullpen, and I think that would absolutely be the wrong move. And if we want to tackle that now or here in a few minutes, that is something that you and I have both been talking about. Christian Javier being a lock for the bullpen, and why
Mhm.
is that, Eric?
Well, he's done it before, and I think that he's already been slotted for the bullpen. Dusty Baker said that the rotation's already set for the Orioles series, and they are going to go ahead and use him as a long reliever, maybe a piggyback starter for now. So they're going to go with the 5-man rotation, and Christian Javier is going to be out for now. they're hoping to keep him stretched out, and there may be times in September where they need a 6 starter or something like that, but they're probably going to use him as a piggyback starter, something that we've been kind of discussing. Maybe if Lance McCullers only goes 4 innings or something like that. So they're probably going to use him very purposefully, just
Yeah.
to make
Well,
sure that he's on a certain schedule with a certain pitcher. If it's McCullers, I know at the end of the show yesterday, somebody suggested maybe Verlander, but I think they're going to design a plan for Javier so he stays stretched out. Because what happens if Luis Garcia gets hurt at some point, or one of the other starters? You need definitely somebody stretched out. I know Hunter Brown could come up, and I know you have other options in AAA, but Christian Javier would be an instant guy.
now here's my reasoning. I explained it last night, and I'll reiterate it here. If your bullpen is struggling, if your bullpen is not consistent, why would you put the pitcher that is struggling the most since the All-Star break in the bullpen? And it
Right.
just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, Putting Christian Javier in there, and here's the thing, it's not a demotion. I heard that word today. He's being demoted. No, he's not being demoted. He's being told, we trust you in this situation. We need someone steady in there. Javier, you can do it. When we need you back, we'll bring you back. You do not put a struggling Luis Garcia into a struggling bullpen. That makes no sense. You're exacerbating the problem. So you now put Christian Javier, who's been very successful, wildly successful as a relief pitcher, in the bullpen to get a steady flow, to get something changed. Maybe that helps change the mentality of those pitchers, Eric. And then you go from there. And with all these decisions the Astros are making, with all the injuries, my question is, who are you betting on the Astros are going to play in the first playoff series? If you're wondering that, or you saw the Texans tonight, they beat the San Francisco 49ers. That's right, 17-0. That means they're going to win the Super Bowl. They were 3-0 in the last 3 games. Confirmed. Houston to the Super Bowl. And if you want to put a prop on that, go to betonline.net, the fastest and the easiest way to check on all your betting needs. Find reviews and news of every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online source for all your sports wagering information, from live in-game betting, scores, and podcasts that have you covered. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action happening today. BetOnline, where the game starts. Now, if you are wanting to see the Astros play this weekend, I have the perfect place you need to go. You don't need to go to all these third-party ticket sites. You need to go to simpleseats.com. Why? Because you don't have to worry about them tacking on extra fees at the end, 20% or more. Simpleseats.com makes it easy for you. You go to the website, you load up the page, you put the game in, how many tickets you want, you find these amazing prices, or you can do zone seating. If you don't feel like picking the seat, you don't care, you want them to do it for you, they will. You get an even bigger discount. But right now, what you can do, like myself and Eric, we've gone to Simple Seats. We've used this. You use the promo code LOCKEDON10. You get $10 off your first $50 purchase or more. That's right. They have Astros, Texans, Dynamo, A&M, UT, U of H, and more teams are on the way. Check out simpleseats.com. You won't go wrong. You'll be able to go to more games and spend a whole lot less money. Simple Seats, better prices, no fees with Locked on 10. Save $10 off your first $50 purchase or more. It's that simple.
All right. So a quote from Dusty Baker. Most of it is we're trying to preserve our starters too. We don't know how far Lance will go. The guys are pitching a lot lately, so we'll just do what we can to mix and match and just win games. So I know a lot of people are asking in the chat, well, why Luis Garcia and not why are you leaving him in the rotation and not Christian Javier? And I know you just kind of addressed some things too, but also I think Christian Javier's stuff just plays better in the bullpen. He's used to the quick, hey, you need to get into the game, go warm up quicker. And I don't know if Luis Garcia's stuff and his kind of getting ready for a game, getting ready to for a start. I don't think that would play well in the bullpen, and he hasn't been in the bullpen a lot. So I think that Christian Javier has bounced back and forth between the rotation, the bullpen. I think he's kind of used to it. So I think that he can go back from being a starter to a reliever easier than Luis Garcia can do. So I hear what y'all are all saying about, well, why Javier's having a better season. Why are you going to take him out and not Luis Garcia? But there's a lot more that goes into it than just the naked stats and just
Well,
analytics.
but I mean, like I said, the proof is in the pudding. The bullpen is struggling.
Right.
You're not going to add another struggling arm into the bullpen in Luis Garcia. I mean, Will Smith, the first batter he sees gives up a hit, almost a home run, and Yordan Alvarez absolutely plays the ball and fires an laser to second base and gets out Miranda. An absolute stellar play. He didn't look stellar at the plate tonight, but he looked stellar in the field. And Yordan Alvarez, I watched him, Eric, after he got out each time at the plate, and he's noticeably frustrated. Someone asked in the chat, is he injured? I don't think he's injured. I think it's between the ears right now. I think for him, there's a lot of pressure on him this weekend. His parents have watched him for the first time in his professional career live in person. Also, prior to this, he's been struggling, and he still has the second highest OPS in the league. So even with his struggles, he's still batting, 296, 294, and he will get back to himself. He's got to go through the mental grind. But Tim, let me tell you who is absolutely nails at the plate and almost a guaranteed on base is Alex Bregman. He is killing it. He's got the best vision. And even when he was struggling this year, Eric, you could look at his stats, and his stats weren't as bad as the average showed because he was getting on base. He was seeing multiple pitches and just freaking love. I cannot wait to see what Alex Bregman does this playoff season.
I know that we talked about earlier when rosters expand, maybe Seth Martinez would come up, but Presley on the IL, it makes you wonder, who would the Astros call up? Maybe another reliever. Maybe somebody who's been a starter all year. Maybe somebody who has to be added to the 40-man roster at some point already this December. So why not call up Hunter Brown?
Yeah, you could. And I actually mentioned that today. I actually called into the Wheelhouse on 97.5 today as H-Town Wheelhouse, and we had some good fun with that. And we were talking about Garcia and Javier, and I said, Hunter Brown, I asked them, does he get a shot towards the end of the season to see what he has to put him in as a relief pitcher? You could almost mask him as a piggyback starter, Eric, because
that's
he has he has done that a lot. I've even seen him do that. I've seen him come in the fifth inning or the fourth inning and pitch the last five and get 6 strikeouts. And so this kid is ready to go. And when the Astros pull the trigger on bringing him up, it will be just the right time.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to rush them, but I think that the Astros need to do their due diligence while they have a chance. You have to add him to the 40-man roster. I know everybody's like, well, you don't want to start his arbitration clock and everything, but I think if they want to make sure they have the best roster for October, who knows if the guys in the bullpen, is this a funk? Are they going to get out of this funk or what? So you want to make sure you have the best arms available. So let's see what Hunter Brown can do. I mean, let's go crazy. At some point,
Let's
bring
go
up
crazy.
Forrest Whitley. See what the heck he can do.
Eric. Okay, no. Okay, you officially went off the rails.
Just kidding.
Hold on. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eric's like. Anyways, look.
Let's pull up Mark Appel. Wait, he's gone. Never mind.
Oh my gosh, Eric's gonna bring up Seth Beer from the Diamondbacks. This is gonna be crazy. Yeah, Forrest is 28 now. Holy shnikes. He has been in the minor leagues a long time. That poor kid. Why Forrest Whitley?
He's throwing 97, 98. He's having some good success.
Did you see the eye roll I just gave you?
I don't care.
You know how many innings he's thrown? Eric, he hasn't even thrown 9 innings.
Okay.
you're going to bring up a guy late in the season that has pitched less than a game in AAA. HE double hockey sticks to the no.
So
No to the no, no, no. We are not doing that, man. Now, if someone says if he comes up, can he still be rookie of the year? Yeah, he would not play near enough games. You have
Hunter
to have
Brown,
so
yeah,
many games of
right.
service to qualify for your rookie campaign. He would have had to come up in like June or July for him to ruin like his rookie of the year stuff. If he comes up next year, he could do that. But I don't think we're going to need Hunter Brown. I think this team has the luxury of having a wealth of talent in this bullpen. And when Presley gets healthy, this is what I was going to ask you. Montero, he has 7 saves on the season. He came in tonight and did the closing job.
He has
I
8
was
now.
a little,
Yeah.
I was a little nervous. Neris came in, he did the job. I was a little nervous. Will Smith came in. I was a little nervous. He did the job. The guys that have been struggling did the job tonight, Eric. So hopefully, with the Orioles coming to town, this is something where the bullpen's starting to turn, and it's going to be a little bit closer by committee. I was really hoping Stanek would come in, but I bet you they're saving Stanek for the Orioles
Maybe that'll be
because they're a
definitely
better team. I mean,
right.
they're a better team. If he's your flamethrower, if he's your most reliable relief pitcher, you're not going to pitch him in a game where you possibly have a sweep, and then you got the Orioles coming to town who are vying for a wild card spot.
Yeah, they also had a 3-run lead, but yeah, I see what you, or actually at the time a 5-run lead because they scored a run in the 8th inning. So yeah, I see what you're saying there. So yeah, overall this was a great game, and I love the way you said in that's the intro that Will Smith only gave up a hit or something, like it's a big deal he only gave up 1 hit. So are
I
we
mean,
to that point where we're celebrating only giving up 1 hit? Wow, good job.
hey, I was sitting there with some friends at the game, and this guy Kevin he goes, "That's my pitcher." Apparently, he bought one of his jerseys that they put in the store already, and he said, "I've got a Will Smith jersey." He's like, "That's my pitcher. That's
Was
my
that on
relief pitcher
clearance?
right there." That I no, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't that expensive, but I love Stanek in that role. Neris, if he becomes more dependable, Neris has closed a lot. You've got serviceable arms. They just have to do a better job placing the ball. They just have to
Yeah.
do a better job, executing pitches. They get that done. Yeah, Mr. Ali, we just covered that about Hunter Brown. I personally don't see a need for it. Now,
I see as long as Ryan Presley's on the IL, they'll have to find a way to add him to the 40-man roster, but I don't see any harm adding him when the
what
rosters
okay,
expand.
what is okay, Blake Taylor, is he on the 60-day IL?
Yes, but I'm pretty sure they pulled him. Yeah, I don't know if he's on there, but let me look. And also, I don't know what's going on. Let me just look. Go ahead and talk for a second while I do this. That means talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So we got the Orioles coming to town. It'll be kind of cool. Trey Mancini's playing his old team. They have been playing some really good baseball lately. So I think this Orioles team is going to be competitive. I know the last time we played them, like in a great year, I think last year they kind of had our number. I don't think that'll be the case this year, but it will be a neat thing to see. Let's see where the Orioles are. They're 65-59.
Right.
They're 6-4 in their last 10, and I believe they just went to 11 innings against the White Sox. And yes, they went to 11 innings and they beat the White Sox 4-3. So they're coming
Right.
in town on a red eye, tired. So maybe we catch them sleeping, we catch them tired. You know,
Yeah. So so
it's
I
like, hey, you had a moment from Moneyball whenever Billy Bean's character snaps and he goes, "When I point at you, you talk."
so everybody who you can possibly put on the 60-day IL is already on the 60-day IL. Michael Brantley, you have Jason Castro, Blake Taylor, and Josh James. The only other people who are on IL right now, Ryan Presley, you're not going to put him on this 60-day, and then Aledmus Diaz, you're not going to put him on the 60-day IL.
Maybe Jake Myers goes on the 60-day IL.
Is he hurt that bad? Can he not work?
He's not really
Did he
throwing
throw it out
very.
his
I'm just
shoulder?
saying. I'm just saying. You know how phantom injuries are not against the rules because teams do it all the time. If he's
Right.
not performing though, I looked at someone tonight and I said, it pains me to say this because I really like Jake Myers personally. I really like Jake Myers, what he has to offer. A, I don't think he's 100% healthy. B, I think he's playing very conservative. And I can't imagine crashing into a wall like that, having a shoulder surgery and trying to come back and compete with the top team. Eric, I don't, I wouldn't be surprised if could Jake Myers not be on this like roster, or is he definitely on this roster? I mean, I don't
Have you
know.
met Dusty Baker?
Yes, I know. I'm just trying to think of everything. I'm trying to think of every angle here, and maybe that's not realistic, but
Right. I just got really depressed. Alvarez was born in 1997. That's the year I graduated high school. So that makes me feel
okay.
really old.
Oh, whatever, Eric. That was my junior year in college. So who feels old now, right?
Yeah.
It's
All
all
right.
good.
So yeah. So the only people looking at the roster, the only body I think that they can remove from the 40-man roster is possibly, I don't know,
Is
Brandon
there a
Belak.
40?
I think Brandon Belak still has potential. I don't think that they'll remove him.
Is
Um,
Nico Goodrum still on the 40 man?
yes.
Can we just get rid of Nico Goodrum? No offense, Nico. Good
Wait.
guy.
Let me see.
Is he still on there?
I think he is actually. Yeah, I think he is.
I mean,
Is
do we
this?
really need him? He's just sitting down there. He's a quadruple A hitter.
I mean, I don't know if that's. It says minors, but I'm pretty sure that means he's on. He's on both. So yeah, Nico Goodrum's on the 40-man. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, adios. See ya. I
Yeah.
mean, you wouldn't have to pay him that much.
Oh. Okay. Well. Well. I don't feel that bad anymore. Okay. So.
Mr. Wynn said I was 36 in 97.
So.
We got some kids that go, I wasn't even born in 97, fool.
Yeah. All right. So definitely David Hensley. Has he even played a game yet?
Nope.
No.
Hey, David, get a call up. Have your parents come out to watch you sit the bench.
But anyway, so yeah, there's got to
He
be a
is
way to
tall.
get Hunter Brown in on this roster, and I'm sure they can figure it out. There's got to be some way you can trim some space, and if it's Nico Goodrum, fine, peace out. There's got to be some way to get him on this roster. So
There's got
anyway,
to be.
let's move on from Hunter Brown. So
Yes, thank
you
you.
want to talk a little bit about the schedule?
Yeah. Let's talk about the schedule. 2023, the schedule is interesting. For the first time, you're going to get to see your team play every other team, but you won't necessarily get to see every team come to the ballpark this next year. The divisional opponents that you see this year, the ones you don't see, the Astros will play on the road, and they'll flip that the next year. So no longer are you going to have, like, was it 19 games against each of your division opponents. So
Right,
that opens wide open the wild card. It makes the divisional races a little bit more crucial because now you got fewer division games. The AOS, we kind of like the AOS. It's a nice punching bag. It's a nice primer
right.
for the playoffs. So we'll have fewer games against the AL West. So this is what I'm wondering. Will the wins and losses even out across the board? And will it have an effect where you don't have 100 win teams and you have everybody in the 90s because of the diversity of the schedule? But I think it's great. You play everybody, you get to test everybody, you get to test your lineup against the best in the National League. And then when you go to the World Series, it's not a mystery. It's an even bigger chess match.
Home games versus the Giants. The Cubs, that'll be fun. Those tickets are going to sell out pretty quickly because
And
there's
there's
a
gonna be
lot
a
of
ton of
Cubs fans.
Cubs fans. Gonna
Yes,
be a
there's a
ton of
tons of
Cubs
Cubs
fans.
fans. Then you're going to have the Rockies. Anybody Rockies fans? The Reds are coming to town. The Mets are coming to town. Then you also have anybody else? The Padres are coming in town. I remember the last time the Padres came to town, there was that long extra inning game, and then they have a walk-off home run off of us in that game.
Well,
That was
they
only 2
yeah.
years ago.
Well, I
And
mean,
then,
they got a home run. It wasn't a walk off because it was here. So
oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what I mean. But
right, yeah.
then you're going to have the Phillies coming to town as well. So that's back to the
I
old
want to see.
days, Phillies.
I
Yeah.
want to see Bryce Harper play again. I love watching Bryce Harper play. I loved it. His first game back, he had a home run in AAA in his rehab start. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I like the schedule change. It's different. It's actually better for the casual fan, the more of the baseball purists, guys that have been lifers, baseball guys. A lot of guys like myself that have been watching their whole life probably won't like it as much. But I do love that maybe, Eric, this means we get fewer West Coast games, or does it mean we're gonna get more? I
Oh, you're
mean,
gonna play some. You're gonna play like maybe more in the NL West, but it seems like the NL West is coming to us this year because I just said the
okay.
Giants, the Rockies, the Padres. It
What
seems
about
like
the
they're
Dodgers?
mostly coming to us. The Dodgers, the Dodgers. Oh, of course, we're going to LA. Of course, we're going to LA. Why? So they can boo the Houston Astros. That's why.
That's okay. Jose Altuve's now started to become a fighter. Watch, he's gonna start. He's gonna do some MMA training in the off season. I think he's gonna like. I really want bucket list item. I want Altuve to charge the mound. I want to
I
see it. I want to
I
see him charge the mound once.
I guarantee I know who's going to be at that Dodgers series. Evan Drellick having a book signing at Dodger Stadium. Please, sir, would you buy my book, sir?
What is he, English? Is Evan from Sussex?
No.
Oh my god. Dude, what are we even talking about here? What is this show? Like,
Anyway,
is this welcome to the variety show, Locked on Astros, Locked on Variety.
but road trip to Pittsburgh. It's been a while since we played in Pittsburgh, from what I remember. Then
Oh
we're
yeah,
also
maybe I have to do a big crossover with Ethan on that.
August. If it wasn't in August, I would go out to Miami. But I wanted to go to that stadium when I was in Miami this summer, but I didn't get a chance to go out there. But we're going to go to Miami, Orioles, New York. So yeah, I understand. Part of me wonders if MLB is like, yeah, we can't have the Astros keep on beating up on the AL West
Yeah,
because
they
they keep
didn't.
on.
This isn't like the Otani rule. It's not like the Astros beat up on people rule. I mean, the Astros pretty much own everybody at this point, Eric. I mean, let's just call it what it is. We need to, and I don't know how we do this. We need to have like, of course, we wouldn't organize, like we wouldn't like put something together, but meet us in this city. Like we're gonna go. You and I need to go to an away game, and we need to do podcast in that city, and we need to make it happen. And when we do that, we'll let y'all know where we're going, when we're going, and it's gonna be awesome. Let's do it.
We need to do one of those things. I don't know if you see TikTok, but there's two guys that say, "Go do this, and we'll give you like tickets to a game or something." So like, go get like cereal and something and pour it on top of yourself, and then you you'll get. It's some guys on TikTok. They don't say a
Okay.
word, but they have like a poster or something, and but they tell you what to go do, and if you do it, you get like $100 or something. But instead of doing that, we'll give tickets away or
Yeah, I
something
was
like.
like, wait, do you have $100 to give them?
No. But anyway, so
That's all Eric. That's all Eric.
no, I don't. So Friday is going to be Lance McCullers. Saturday it's going to be Jose Urquidy, and then Sunday it's going to be Justin Verlander coming off the almost no hitter for 6 innings. Welcome to life with the 5-man rotation. We'll see what happens when rosters expand. 2 more players in September. Just remember, it has to be a hitter and a pitcher. They can't. It's not going to 40-man like it used to. I kind of miss those days, but at the same time, those games went so long because they kept on using pitcher
I
after
did.
pitcher and
I just
pitcher.
don't know what I mean, what's the reasoning behind that? I mean, has there been someone that said this is why we're doing it, or they just said we're changing it to one hitter, one pitcher?
Just to avoid that, like just people bringing
Just having
in. they're trying to increase the speed of the game. And so if you have a manager that has unlimited pitching, so if you have a bullpen of
Well,
12 people or
but with
14
the
people or
but
whatever.
with the 3 batter minimum, that to me doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would think the 3 batter minimum would kind of curb that anyways. I still don't like the 3 batter minimum rule. I think I think it's terrible because I want one guy going in for one batter.
Okay.
Sometimes that's just how
I
we're
got the
built.
answer. Because Rob Manfred said so.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why.
Because Rob said so.
The all powerful Rob Manfred said so.
It's like when our kids when one of my kids asked me today, "Why can't I wear my hood in class?" And I said, "Because I told you you can't wear your hood in class." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And he thankfully accepted it. So that was fun.
Yeah. So definitely, I'm excited about the Orioles series. I know that he knows a lot of the people, and he went through a lot of trying times with the Orioles.
Yeah.
But Mancini has just gone on fire recently, and he just. I mean, this guy, if he finds a home with the Houston Astros, I can really see them exercising that mutual option for next year and extending him, just saying, hey, let's go
Yes.
ahead and not just pick up this option for next year, but let's go and extend you. We like you, Trey. We want to keep you in Houston.
This
You
is
like the
what
Crawford boxes? We'll name the Crawford boxes after you. We'll make them the Mancini boxes. How do you like that?
this is what they should do. Prematurely announce bobbleheads for next year and have a Boom Boom Mancini bobblehead.
There you go.
See? There you go. See? Hey, I'm your marketing guy. I got a belt guy. You got a marketing guy. Let's go. Let's do business. Boom Boom Mancini. That's right. We're gonna do it. Bobblehead. Got it.
Okay. All right, all right. So the Astros dominated the Twins. They've been dominating most teams, and I'm not really worried about anything right now. The bullpen kind of scares me a little bit, but I really, honestly think that they've been pitching into some bad luck. The FIP numbers are kind of showing that. Hopefully, the ERAs kind of go down a little bit. The recency bias ERA kind of goes down a little bit.
Recency
But
bias.
whatever it is, but I
What is
just,
their X? Hold on. What is their X recency bias fit?
yeah, something like that. But I just think that the Astros bullpen has dominated all year. And I just don't see how, unless they've just been really overused and their arms are just dead, that they're just going through a dead arm phase. There's no reason that they just all of a sudden just dropped it like that. So, any closing
Exactly.
thoughts?
No, I'm very pleased with this Astros team being 81-45. I think it's amazing seeing Mancini and Vasquez back to back. That better happen more often. Vasquez better get at least 2 starts against the Orioles. Come on, man. Please, Lord God, don't let him only catch once every 4 games. You're totally underusing the guy. So use him. Dusty has used 100 different lineups this year. I saw a number that someone threw up at me with AJ Hinch. He did like 265
Mhm.
lineups in like 350 games. I mean,
Right.
something insane.
He joked about it.
So,
We did a
yeah.
Twitter roundtable with him one time, and he was like, "Yeah, people like joke at me that I have this many lineups, and I do. I just like to move them around."
Well, I love the lineup today. I thought it was great, except I wish Chas McCormick was healthy. I would have put Chas in center field. And of course, if Tucker was healthy, Tucker's in right field. I think that's the perfect lineup what they had tonight. With Tucker, a healthy Tucker and a healthy Chas. Let's go get another World Series.
Yeah, I'm excited for another great weekend of baseball. And as we get closer to October, I think we'll see who's going to be in outfield develop more. I think we'll see the bullpen kind of stabilize a little bit more. And I think we'll see the real starters. Please stand up. And that's all we got for this edition of the Locked On Astros podcast. And thank you for making us your first listen every day. And I just want to say this is our 900th episode. And I know that I did probably about 100, 200 of them myself.
Oh yeah,
Or
you got the dude. You got us off the tarmac. You were taking off. You're like, hey Brett, I'm at 30,000 feet. Come join me. and 900 episodes. We've done a lot of those together, but you started this thing off. You laid the foundation. We got this. Thank y'all so much for your support. We could have done it without y'all.
All right, so go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. Go ahead and tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, and make sure you go and subscribe to us and make us your first listen on Apple, Odyssey, Spotify, and subscribe to us. And we'll see you next week. And go Stros.